vui gặp lại các bạn trong chương trình Hành trang du học của công ty tư vấn du học Tân Đại Dương. Hôm nay chúng ta gặp lại ông Dave Fisher, đại diện của trường JCU Singapore. Và sau đây các bạn sẽ thấy có những cái chính sách cũng như là những cái hỗ trợ rất là tốt từ trường JCU Singapore.
Okay, well, look, first of all, let me say it's a pleasure to be here. I always enjoy coming to Ho Chi Minh City, and I've been here for a week, and it's been a lovely week. My name is Dave Fisher. I'm a director of James Cook University in Singapore, and I'd just like to spend a little bit of time talking about our university. James Cook University is an Australian government university. That means it's funded by the Australian government. The Australian government provides us a lot of money every year, and we use that to provide a high quality university level education to the students of Australia. But in addition to that, we're also an international university. And since 1970, when we were first established, we've had literally thousands of people from all over the world, including many from Vietnam, come to our university and do exactly the same course as the Australian students. The university is ranked in the top 4% of universities in the world. That means it's in the top 400 universities across the whole world. That makes it a very, very famous university, and we work very hard to ensure that the quality of what we offer our students matches our world ranking.
Ngoài những cái thuận lợi của một trường là do chính phủ Úc quản lý, thì mặc dù các bạn học ở Singapore, các bạn vẫn có được cái chương trình dạy như là ở bên Úc. Và sau đây là chúng tôi sẽ giới thiệu một số những cái ưu điểm khi các bạn học với trường James Cook.
Yeah, look, I think there are several things about James Cook which makes us quite a unique university. First of all, we have a full campus in Singapore, and in fact we're the only Australian university that does have a campus without partners in university. So we're just in Singapore, and all of the courses that you do with us are James Cook University courses. The second thing about our university is that we operate across two countries. So we have campuses in Australia and campuses in Singapore. That's really good for students because it means that as part of our mobility program you can do some of your course in Singapore, and then you can go back and do some of the courses in Australia and then come back to Singapore. What we really like to do is to encourage every one of our students to spend 4 semesters in Singapore and 2 semesters in Australia. That way they get the best of both worlds. They get the best of Singapore and they get the best of Australia. Another a really good thing about our university is the concentration we have on external activities for our students. So the program that you get is a very rigorous academic program, and you'll be required to study very hard. However, there's a range of other activities, from sports to clubs to societies and community events, that will really help you to get a whole set of skills that will make you very employable in the future. One of the things that we know about Asian students is they want to get out into the workforce quickly. We understand that. And so what we've done is to make sure we run a fast track program. Rather than the standard 2 semesters every year, we run 3 semesters for students. It means they have to work hard, but it also means that after just 2 years, you're able to get your degree and go out and start building your career. And I think we need to remember that that's really what it's about. It's about a job, a career and a future. It's not just about the degree. So everything we do is intended to make you a different kind of person to what you were when you came. When you come, we often see quite timid young people, a little bit afraid of what they are. When they leave, we see proud Vietnamese people ready to take on the world. And I think that's the biggest thing about the university.
Trường James Cook là nằm trong top 4% những trường đại học tốt nhất thế giới, và hiện tại ở Singapore là trường đã có 4 cái campus ngoài những campus chính ở bên Úc. các bạn sẽ có điều kiện để tham gia học tập tại những cơ sở có chất lượng đào tạo tốt và cơ sở vật chất nói chung là rất là hiện đại. Và các bạn có thể học một thời gian ở bên Singapore và sau đó mình có thể chuyển tiếp qua bên Úc.
Look, I'll just talk briefly about the transfer program again, because it's a really important program. What we really like to do is to have students do semester 1, 2 and 3 in Singapore. Now the reason we do that is because we teach you to be a university student. We teach you to become independent. We teach you how to organise your time. We teach you how to study. We teach you how to write academic papers. All those things are important, so you get the basic skills from the first 3 semesters when you're in Singapore. Then you go to Australia, you're all equipped to work in an Australian university. You're there for 2 years, 2 semesters, which is 1 year, and then you come back to Singapore for your last semester and to graduate. Now there are some reasons why we want you back in the last semester. As I said before, going to a university is not just about a degree, it's about preparing for your future. So one of the things that's very important to us is that you have good job hunting skills. And so in the last semester we spent a good deal of time working with you to ensure that you know how to get a job. We'll teach you how to write a resume and what you need to put on the resume on page 1 to make sure that any prospective employer says, oh, I want to interview this student. We teach you about interviews. We teach you how to research a job before you go to the interviews. We talk to you about the kind of questions that you might get at an interview, and we talk to you about the answers. And really importantly, there's something that you can do right at the end of the interview which will make you really stand out from the crowd. We tell you what that is and how to do it. All in all, what we're trying to use that last semester for is for you to finish your degree, but also allow you to come out of the university with a whole set of attributes that employers really look for.
Ngoài những cái chương trình giáo dục coi là độc đáo và những giảng viên có trình độ cao, thì trường cũng có những cái chính sách rất là tốt dành cho sinh viên, như các bạn sẽ nghe sau đây.
Look, our policies are based around our belief that students are at the heart of our business. So our whole organisation is structured to make sure that you, the student, have the very best Australian university experience that you can have. Now that doesn't mean that you can do what you want, because there are a number of requirements which you need to know about, and they're important. For example, when you come to the university, you must be there 5 days a week, 3 hours a day, and you must come to every program, lecture or tutorial that we hold for you. But that's important. That's important because it gives you study skills. We expect that you will have 3 to 4 hours contact time for every module you do, and we also expect that you will supplement that by 6 or 7 hours every week. You do 4 modules, so we expect you to work 40 hours a week, just as you would when you were out in the working environment in a real job. So it's all about preparing you for the job. But as I said before, there's more to the university than the rigorous study program. So we have a range of other things for students to do. We have a very extensive student services area, and the purpose of that area is to make sure that any issue which you have is resolved very quickly. When you come to the university, we will allocate you to one of our student services staff. And anytime you have a problem, you go and see that particular staff member, and they will assist you to resolve whatever the problem is. In addition to that, we have an extensive range of sports activities, we have an extensive range of clubs and societies, and most importantly, we provide students with opportunities to learn from their environment, with opportunities to be part of Singapore. You know, really interesting that when you go to a place like Singapore, it's quite different from Vietnam, and you need to understand Singapore and how it works, because that broadens your experience. So our policy is all about students first, students second, but students must work, students must be independent, students must be rigorous in what they do every day, supplemented by a very large range of activities which will be useful in building your skills.
Dạ, ngoài những cái hỗ trợ có thể nói là gần như là tối đa cho các bạn để làm sao các bạn sẽ thấy là rất là khó tìm được ở những cái trường khác, thì một cái điểm đặc biệt của James Cook đây là cái chương trình chuyển tiếp từ Singapore qua bên Úc, thì các bạn sẽ học thời gian đầu ở Singapore và sau đó chuyển tiếp ở bên Úc.
I talked before about the mobility program. There's a difference between our mobility programs and our transfer program. If you go to Australia for 2 semesters, then you still pay your fees in Singapore. And that's really good because it means you don't have to deal with the Australian dollar, which is higher than the Singapore dollar. However, if you transfer to Australia permanently, that is more than 2 semesters, then you will become an Australian student. Now that's fine, we're more than happy to have our students go to Australia permanently, and we assist you to do that. The only difference between the two programs is that when you're a transfer student, you stay in Australia and you pay your fees in Australian dollars to the Australian campuses.
Do you have any special requirement for students when they want to transfer to Australia?
No, look, in terms of special requirements that the university has, there's really only one. You must be able to speak, read, write, listen and understand English well. Now we have an English program that assists you to do that, and some students will need to do that English program before they go to the university. But don't be afraid of that. That's a good thing because it means that when you complete the program you will be able to speak, read, write, listen and understand English to the extent that you need to when you're in the workforce. Really, really important for the future. And you also need to remember this, we are talking about one university. James Cook University in Australia is no different from James Cook University in Singapore. So the Australian campuses has no other special requirement. If you're in our university in Singapore, you are in our university in Australia. The only difference is you need a visa to get into Australia, and we assist you in every way possible to get that visa. We very, very rarely, in fact I can't think of any example where we've had problems with one of our students transferring to the Australian campus.
Ngoài những cái hỗ trợ có thể nói là rất là nhiệt tình cũng như là tận tụy cho sinh viên nào muốn chuyển từ Singapore qua Úc, thì trường cũng có những cái chính sách đặc biệt sau đó để các bạn có thể làm sao mà học tốt được. Nhưng mà yêu cầu đối với các bạn chủ yếu chỉ là tiếng Anh, nghe, nói, đọc viết cho tốt thì mình mới qua bên Úc mình học được. Ngoài ra thì trường cũng không có những cái yêu cầu đặc biệt gì đối với những sinh viên muốn chuyển tiếp qua bên Úc.
Yes, I'm very happy to be here today, speaking with one of our agents in Vietnam. I would encourage you greatly to use the services of this office. We've worked with this company for a number of years now, and we know that they think like us. That is, students come first and students come second. And everything that happens here is for the betterment of the student experience. So I very much encourage you to come down to this office and speak to the counsellors here, and they'll tell you all about our university.
Có rất là nhiều cái ưu đãi khi mà các bạn muốn học tại trường James Cook này, và nếu mà bạn muốn nhận được những cái hỗ trợ nhiều hơn, các bạn vui lòng đến trực tiếp công ty tư vấn du học Tân Đại Dương ở 148/1 trên Trần Quang Khải, hoặc là liên lạc với chúng tôi qua những cái số điện thoại hotline mà các bạn nhìn thấy trên website của chúng tôi là tandaiduong.edu.vn. Thì chúng tôi sẽ thật sự là cái nơi mà các bạn sẽ thấy là mình sẽ muốn đến hoài, không những là bây giờ mà có thể là sau này cho những cái bà con hoặc là bạn bè của bạn nữa. Thì chúng tôi rất là mong gặp lại các bạn sớm, và nhất là ông Dad Fisher này rất mong gặp lại các bạn ở bên trường James Cook Singapore.
Oh, thank you very much. As I said, it's been an absolute pleasure being here today and having the opportunity to speak with you. I hope I see you on my campus soon. Thank you very much.
Cảm ơn sự theo dõi của các bạn.